In this section, we'll talk about creating geometry similar to this one, in which we have a profile of a circle that goes through a path in order to create such a geometry, and this is called a sweep. So the circle sweeps a given path and creates the solid object that is visible here. And let me delete this. Go here to my 2D wireframe view and my top view as well. And I want to create a line. Starts from the origin point and goes like upwards 20 millimeters. Then I'll create another line that starts from this endpoint and goes 20 millimeters to the left. And then I want a rounded edge here, so I'll use the fillet command. With the option of the radius, and I'll give the radius to be 10. And I'll select these two and create my path here. This path is made up of multiple sections, so we have a line here, another line object here, and another line object there. So we need to join them together to be one single object. So use the join command and select these 3 lines, and now they are a single object. Now I can create my circle starting from the origin point with a diameter of 15, and this is currently a flat profile. This will be the path and this will be the profile. So I'll give the sweep command. This is the profile and this is the path. And as you can see, the sweep command ended and it created this. If I go into my conceptual view here, I can see it. And if I change to an isometric view, you can see that my initial circle was swept along the profile, the path, to create this solid body. Now let's practice this with the drawing apart. So delete this one. And I have here a part which is like a pipe connector with an angle here, and it has a flange at the base which has certain dimensions. So these are the dimensions of the flange at the base. Then we have the angled portion here. The distance between the vertical axis line and the left side is 77. And here we only have like a rounded cylindrical ending for this. The inside diameter is 20. And we also have here a hole which is of a diameter of 10, and it intersects with this cylinder here. And so we want to plan this out. We can construct our flange first, or we can construct our angled pipe first. So let's start by creating the flange. We have a diameter of 94, another diameter of 70 for the bolt hole diameter, and we have here 4 holes with a diameter of 12. So I'll go into my drawing. I'll make sure I'm in the top view and on the 2D wireframe. And I'll create my circle, which is supposed to start from the origin and have a diameter of 94. Let's zoom out. Okay. Then I'll start another circle, still from the origin. This is supposed to have 70 in diameter. Now I'll create one line, starts from the origin point, goes like that because I am interested in the intersection here. So this intersection here is actually the intersection between the axis line and the bold whole circle here. So we'll create the first circle at this intersection point. It's supposed to be of the diameter of 12. And then we'll array this 4 times. So give the array command, select this object, and select polar. And this is the base point. Select the items options and select only 4 options and tap the space bar to end the command. We also have a circle here of 20. So from the origin point with a diameter of 20. And these are now one object, so we have to explode them. Now we have individual objects. I don't need this circle anymore. And for this flange, I don't need this line anymore. Now I am prepared to extrude this. So to have this part of the flange. This is, by the way, simple for symmetry. So this profile is also on the other side. This is why this is a simplified way of dimensioning this flange here. So we'll extrude all of these by 7. And let me go here to a different view so we can see the changes. So use the extrude command, select everything and extrude by 7. And this is the geometry we have. Let's give the layer command and create a new layer. We'll call it inside for inside geometry, and another layer for the outside geometry. Let's give these some colors. So the inside geometry will go, so it can be red, and the outside geometry will stay, so it can be green. This is supposed to be on the outside, so it will be green. And let's change to our 2D wireframe here. And these will go eventually, so we can set them on the outside, the inside geometry as well, because these will go. And now we have to think about how to model the rest of the part. So we have here a dimension of 70, and we need to have here a rounded edge, and this is, let's see, this dimension is 30. So the radius here is 30. And so we have a dimension of 70 and we have a radius of 30 here. So that means that from here to where the radius starts, we have 40 millimeters. So we can go here and go to our top view. And we want to draw a line. So I'm on the initial layer here. I'll draw a line which will be 70 and then another line at 77, because we have these axis lines. So one of the axis lines, the horizontal one, is positioned at 70 and the vertical one here is positioned at 77. So from the edge, and then we have to round this part out with a radius of 30. So we'll give the fillet command here. Radius 30. This one and that one. So we have this at 30. We have this at 70 from the bottom, and this is 77 long from here to there. Let's make sure. So from here to here, we're supposed to have 77. I don't have my dimensions properly styled, but I only want to know if this is how I expected. So it is. And I'll have to delete these. And I want to also create the profile. So the profile, we need two circles. One is this one, which is 20, the inside geometry. And then we have another one at 34. So two circles. Draw one circle from here with a diameter of 20 and another circle with a diameter of 34. And we have to join these three lines, this one, and this one. We'll use the join command, and now we have only one object. And now we can use the sweep command. Select these two, and then we select the path. And there it is. And if we go to our conceptual view, can't actually tell, but we have two of them. So this is the outside geometry. Let's place it on the outside. Okay. And the other one is the inside geometry. Place it on the inside layer. Okay. And now this flange here has an extra part, an extra geometry. If I extrude this, subtract this from the flange, it will have the holes. But these, because I drew them so that they are supposed to overlap so they can join with the flange. So I don't really need this inside geometry cylindrical part here. I can delete that one because this one will overlap with this face here. Let's rotate this. So we need a 3D rotate. Select these two. And now we have to select the axis line. It should be this one. And we want 90 degrees. And then we'll rotate to see the bottom part, and we'll move the two solids here, and we'll grab them by the center point of these circles, and we'll place them on the center point with the flange here. So this is making these strange movements because I have my ortho activated. So let me place this on, like I want it to be snapped to the origin point actually, but the origin point is also the center point of the flange. I want to snap to exactly here. So there it is. I moved it there, and I have to make sure that this goes through, because my dimension here, I have a 70 millimeter dimension here, is from the very bottom to the axis line. So I'll go in and look. So this outer edge, the outer geometry, is on the same plane as the bottom of the flange. I can also click on the view cube here, and I can see they overlap, so it's okay. I have one more thing to draw, actually two. So let's go to the top view here. And I have this ending here. And all I need to draw is this 48 millimeter diameter and extruded by 7. So I can create a cylinder and then attach it to the existing geometry. And when I subtract from all of the outside, this inside part, it will become a pipe part. So I'll go here. I'll create a circle. The diameter is 48. Then I'll extrude it. By 7. And this belongs to the outside layer. Go here and change the view type. I'll have to 3D rotate this as well. So I need it on this axis. 90. And I need to place this here. So move it. Select it. from the center point of this face. So this has two center points because it has one for this face and one for the other one. I have to be careful. Then I want to attach it to the center point of this face. And it's normal so that they overlap. So I have the perfect alignment like that. And I also have this hole here. So I need to create a geometry which will be outside, actually inside geometry, which will be subtracted from the outside to make the hole. So I need a cylindrical body that will start from the axis line here and will go towards the top, intersecting the existing geometry and going outside. The dimension here, the height of this cylinder doesn't matter as long as it surpasses this part here. So if I start from here and this is 48, rather this is like 7, the thickness here, and this is 20, so that makes it 10. I am okay if I can give it, I'll give it a value that is greater than 17, maybe more. So I have this to create the intersection properly. So the diameter is 10, and I'll extrude it by, let's say, 30. So we'll create a circle here. The diameter is 10, and extrude that, this one, by 30. And now I have to bring this geometry to the proper position. This will be part of the inside layer. So I'll move it with the center point of this face to the center point of this face, and then move it towards the right 20 millimeters, because I have here the 20 millimeter dimension from the face to the axis line. So two move commands. First move command, move this body, have it by that reference, and place it on this center point, and then another move command, the same body, and then I'll give the add symbol 20, 0, and it moved it 20 millimeters by the axis line. So this distance between this face and this axis line here is 20 millimeters. And I am now ready, because I created the whole geometry. I am now ready to perform the final subtract on the part. I can either join all of the outside geometry, union them together, and then union all of the inside geometry, and then subtract from the outside the inside geometry. Or I can do a single subtraction and make sure I select everything. But to be safe, I'll union the whole of the outside geometry and the whole of the inside geometry. So I'll use the union command. This flange should be connected to this body here and connected to this ending here, and tap enter. And now if I delete this, I am left only with the inside geometry. Control Z out of that. Let's go into 2D wireframe, because I also want to union this cylinder here with this body here. And now I will go to my subtract command and select the outside geometry here, and then the inside geometry here. Oh, make sure it's only the inside geometry, like that. And now also I can repeat that subtraction. Select this flange here, and then the 4 cylinders that represent the bolt holes. And now if we turn on our conceptual view and go here to isometric view, we can see our flange, and we can also see our ending and our hole here, which was created through the process of subtraction. And now if we want to see inside this, we give the section plane command, and we need to give it a few points. So let's see, let's give it that point and that point there, and we can look through to see that the inside geometry is empty, and also the hole is created properly. If we click on the view cube, we can see it perpendicularly, and we can see that the intersections are done properly. So we can select this plane and delete it to go back to our part and switch it over, and this is our finished part using the sweep command.